For over 5 decades, one man has controlled the laugh track of an entire nation, and for the first time, he is finally ready to talk. Lorne Michaels, the reclusive architect behind Saturday Night Live, will be the subject of a major theatrical documentary simply titled Lorne. Set to arrive in theaters on the 17th of April 2026, distributed by Focus Features. The film is directed by Oscar-winning filmmaker Morgan Neville, the same visionary behind 20 Feet from Stardom and Won't You Be My Neighbor, two documentaries celebrated for uncovering the quiet power of people who shape culture from the shadows. With Lorne, Neville turns his lens on perhaps the most influential backstage figure in the history of American television. The official trailer, unveiled by Focus Features on the 5th of March 2026, offers the most candid glimpse yet of Michaels, a man so synonymous with mystery that comedian Kristen Wiig once described him as having a man-behind-the-curtain mystique. In the trailer, Michaels appears at ease with the ambiguity that has long surrounded him. At one point, he waves off the camera entirely, quipping, "None of this is usable." It is, in many ways, the most Lorne Michaels thing he could possibly say. The documentary traces Michaels' journey from his early years as a young Canadian comedy writer to his emergence as the creator and long-reigning producer of Saturday Night Live, which first aired on NBC in 1975. Over the span of more than 50 seasons, the show has surpassed 1,000 episodes, its 1,000th airing in January 2026, and transformed from a late-night experiment into the most enduring comedy institution in broadcast history. Michaels, now 81, has guided it through every political era, cultural shift, and media revolution that America has faced since Gerald Ford was in the White House. Produced by Neville alongside producer Lauren Belfer under Tremolo Productions, the film gathers an extraordinary roster of comedy legends who reflect on what it means to have been shaped by one man's singular vision. The lineup includes Tina Fey, Maya Rudolph, John Mulaney, Andy Samberg, Conan O'Brien, Chris Rock, Mike Myers, Seth Meyers, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Jimmy Fallon, and Steve Martin, names that span multiple generations and represent arguably the most concentrated collection of comedy talent ever assembled for a single documentary. Among the trailer's most striking moments, Conan O'Brien delivers what may be the documentary's defining line: "Lorne is the ultimate show business survivor. He's still here and 100 executives are not." It is both a tribute and a testament not merely to Michaels' longevity, but to his almost mythological ability to outlast every trend, every rival, and every corporate restructuring that has reshaped the entertainment industry around him. Beyond the celebrity testimonials, the film also draws on rare archival footage and behind-the-scenes material from inside Studio 8H at 30 Rockefeller Plaza in New York, the storied home of Saturday Night Live since the very first broadcast. The setting itself carries enormous weight. It is the room where careers were made and broken, where political impressions became front-page news, and where the contours of American humor were quietly redrawn season after season. The documentary is billed as the first, last, and only film Michaels will ever participate in at this level of depth. For a man who has spent half a century cultivating an aura of deliberate inscrutability, the decision to open the door even partially marks a cultural moment unto itself. As Paul Simon, a longtime friend, cautions in the trailer with dry affection, he would not advise anyone to try and capture Michaels. "You wouldn't be happy with that," Simon says, "and then you'll capture a guy who's not happy." Michaels himself seems to regard the entire enterprise with a philosopher's shrug. "All of life is reinvention," he reflects in the trailer. So, to be understood? Not gonna happen. It is a sentiment that, paradoxically, reveals more about him than 1,000 press releases ever could. Narrated by fellow SNL alum Chris Rock, Lorne arrives at a moment when the appetite for behind-the-curtain stories about American entertainment has never been more acute. From Jason Reitman's feature film Saturday Night to the elaborate SNL 50th anniversary special, the past year has seen an unprecedented wave of nostalgia for the show and its cultural legacy. But where those projects celebrated the performers, Lorne turns the spotlight toward the man who put them on stage. The film is also a meditation on power, the quiet, unglamorous kind that operates through taste, instinct, and an almost supernatural ability to read a room. Seth Meyers jokes in the trailer that Michaels' notes are impossible to understand, and yet somehow, those cryptic observations have guided the comedic careers of Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, Tina Fey, Will Ferrell, and dozens of others who now define American comedy's golden canon. Outside of SNL, Michaels has also served as the executive producer of Late Night with Seth Meyers and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on NBC, and has accumulated 24 Primetime Emmy Awards over his career. He was honored with a Kennedy Center honor in 2021, and in a 2021 interview with CBS Mornings, admitted he had once committed to running SNL through its 50th anniversary. The 51st season and the 1000th episode made clear that whatever that commitment meant, it had long since been replaced by something much harder to define or contain. Now, as Lorne prepares to make its theatrical debut on the 17th of April 2026, audiences are left to grapple with a tantalizing question. Can a documentary truly capture the essence of a man who has spent 50 years perfecting the art of not being captured? If you found this story as fascinating as we did, drop a comment below and let us know what you think about the documentary. Are you planning to watch Lorne when it hits theaters? Like this video if you want more deep dives into the legends behind the legends, and subscribe so you never miss the stories that Hollywood forgets to tell.